Okay, I'm gonna make one more video and I'm gonna explain this right here. So, you see these three words: love, live, and life. Okay, so no matter what, no matter how you say these words, that backwards, you will always get evil, evil, and evil. Okay, phonetically, it's gonna always come out as evil. And as we all know, God is good. God is love. God is what it means to be alive. Anything that is the opposite of those things are evil. Anything that takes away, if you bring about death or you do the opposite of what it means to live, or okay, people, there are people with those words: live, love, and life on their walls, yet more than likely those people are the most dramatic people you have ever come across. Always in some bullshit, always doing this, always doing that, always got something to say, right? We've taken so much, like everything about this world is, it's all about turning things backwards. Okay? We've come to the point of accepting evil in its form, and we just believe like, yo, all these things are good. We think that it's okay to kill other people. War is okay. There's nothing wrong with war. How? How is there not something wrong with war? We have been programmed to believe that too. Because here's the thing: if God is life, and I know to bring about life is good, then I'm in accordance. That's perfect. If I'm doing something that brings about the opposite of life, which is death, which is what war brings, how in the fuck do I justify that and act as if that's something good? And it's not just war that would be the opposite of life, but and this is nothing against anybody, but you know, something such as, homosexuality. Two dicks will never equal a living person. Two vaginas will never equal a living person. And thereby, you are able to destroy God. God can never live. God cannot be brought into the world that way. And so, if you look at the school system, they're teaching kids this because the real influence in this world, its agenda is to kill God. How do you kill God? By killing life. You must kill life in order to kill God. Um, you must kill love. You have to kill and here's another thing. We always tell people, like, you have to live, don't just exist. How many people do you know that are actually living? Most people just exist. If you're doing the opposite of living, it's evil. And that is the trap that everyone is caught in. And what's even worse is there are people, you can read people's posts and they will say something like, just knocked out a 15-hour shift tomorrow, finna go do the same thing. Yo, you were not fucking created as one of the most sophisticated quantum machines to ever be built in this universe, only for you to go and literally waste your life for the advantage of someone else that you will never even see. First of all, you couldn't care about this person, none of that. Yet you spend so many hours of your I was working 90-hour weeks for a job that really did not give two fucks. And it dawned on me like this is the type of evil. And to us, we're like, oh, this is, oh, I'm making a lot. Did you come here with any of this shit? Absolutely not. So you don't need none of this shit. Yeah, we are so programmed to believe that, and that's really a lot of shit that happens between humans. When you break it down to a really basic level, all it really goes, what it comes to is this: hey, that person has more materials than me. That's really what it is. This person has more materials, or so you're upset because you don't have a piece of metal on your neck, or you're upset because you don't have lots of metal on your fingers, or it's all type of just foolishness in the sense that we will go and destroy one another over that. You don't own nothing. Come in we come into this world, and immediately, like, advertisements are not here just for them to sell things. It's to trap you. If they knew that you suddenly, gain some kind of insight on how you didn't need all this shit, like, do you have any idea how many businesses will crumble overnight? Take for example, if men just loved women for who they were, just like, yo, I love you flat out just the way you are. Places like, L'Oreal, Maybelline, whatever, all these, this that makeup, those industries will crumble overnight. They are 100% dependent on insecurities in order to exist. You This world needs people to be insecure. Those at the top, those who are benefiting the most, need, and that's another reason why you see so much divisive shit online. In fact, because most people, here's the thing: stop letting people get you to believe that you have to choose one. Like, people say Android, iPhone, this or that. Like, you can like both. Where did you get off that you had to choose a side? There's so much shit where people feel Democrats, Republicans. Who the fuck told you you don't have to be on your side? You don't have to choose one of these sides. And that's why people are so miserable, because they choose one side, and then immediately once they're on their side, they're looking at the other side as, they're the opposition, they're this and they're that. If you go and you go get a, what I'm gonna call, left leaning newspaper, and a right wing newspaper, and read the articles. Let this article cover the same exact subject. Watch how each side, because they know what are the odds that someone, if you read the same magazine, more than likely you're gonna always read that. If you're a Democrat, you're gonna always read that. You're not gonna read any, right wing newspapers. You're not. If you're right wing, you're never gonna read any left wing newspapers, but you should, because then once you do, you'll be able to see the bullshit that they're pulling. Each side blames the other one. Red blames blue, blue blames red. But you look at it and you go, huh. So this is why ain't shit ever getting done. They will create a bill. It'll be a bill that'll come up that needs to go for law. And in one of them, it'll say Republicans are blocking blah, 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 this and that, and this. What do you think they're going to print in their newspaper? Democrats are the reason that the bill didn't pass because Democrats block, blah, 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 blah. And then Each side says, man, these raggedy motherfuckers, this is why can't nothing get done. Back and forth nonstop. And really, I mean, the ingenuity behind it is you got all these people, and I mean, yo, we're talking about the whole country. You got the whole country who's they're too busy arguing with each other to notice any of the other shit that's going on in the background. You have people arguing over the most ridiculous shit, and they really think it makes a difference. Nobody gives a fuck what phone you have. Nobody cares what kind of shoes you have. Nobody. These are all things that are insignificant, but yet people are so consumed with it that they fail to even realize how they're being robbed blind of their life. They're being robbed blind of their liberty. They're being robbed blind of everything that should matter to them. It amazes me how at one point in time humans were able to go out and fish. You could always fish. Fishing, I mean, what's more natural than that? Now you can't fish without a license. You can't feed yourself without a license. You either way, you have to pay to be here. At one point in time, did I'm trying to figure out who gave who fucking permission to charge other humans. Like now, the human species doesn't even realize that it has now become cattle. And that's really what it is. It's cattle. Humans are cattle. And that is why immediately, once you're born, you're not taught how to grow your own food. You're not taught how to properly care for yourself and your health. You're not taught any of those things. What you are taught is how to work. They tell people, you know, what we call normal. There is no such thing as normal. When you see someone acting strange, we call that abnormal. But in reality, that's what's normal. Conformity is what's abnormal. Okay? You don't go and create. Here's the thing. If my parents, your parents, your neighbor's parents, all these parents are all different and they all have kids, all those parents themselves are all different, which means all these offspring should be different, right? Yet, you can go and find right now, there's probably, say, 100,000 women that all look like Kim Kardashian. Why? Why? There's only one Kim Kardashian. Why in the fuck do the rest of you look like her? Why are you all conforming to this when you should all be? Because everything that brought it to that, you didn't go through all those things to become like that. But everyone will claim that they're unique. Everyone will claim, oh, I'm an individual. No, you're not. You're not. You're the same as this other person, and that person is the same as the person behind them, so on and so forth.